or rich people are greedy. You may have forgotten those words, but your financial behavior might still remember them. Welcome to Honorable Podcast. Maybe you grew up hearing, money is hard to get, we can't afford that. And stay with us, because before this conversation ends, you may discover that the reason you struggle with money isn't that you're bad with money. You may simply be following a script you never knew you were given. Let's talk about it. What if I told you that some of the decisions you're making with money today were programmed into you before you even understood what money was? Think about that. Maybe you grew up hearing, money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. We can't afford that. People like us don't become wealthy. Just be grateful for whatever you have. Or maybe you grew up in a home where nobody talked about money at all. And now you're an adult. You're earning money, but somehow it disappears. You want to save, but you keep spending. You want to invest, but you're afraid of losing everything. You want to build a better life, but every time you make progress, something happens and you're back at zero. And you keep asking yourself, what's wrong with me? Maybe nothing is wrong with you. Maybe you're following a money script you didn't write. Welcome back to Honorable Podcast. Today we're talking about something that can completely change the way you see yourself and your finances. Money scripts, how your childhood shapes your relationship with money. And we're not just going to talk about the problem. We're going to talk about how you identify your script, break unhealthy patterns, build new financial habits, and create a life when you honestly don't know where to start. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. You can increase your income and still remain financially trapped. You can make £3,000 a month, £5,000 a month, even £10,000 a month, and still behave like someone who is permanently afraid of being broke. So today, we're going deeper than make more money. We're asking, why do I behave the way I do with money? Let's make this simple. A money script is basically a belief or story you've developed about money. It's the invisible rule book you carry around. Nobody may be able to see it, but it influences your decisions. I have to work extremely hard to deserve money. Saving money means I'm missing out on life. Debt is normal. Rich people cannot be trusted. Money gives people power over you. If I have money, everybody will ask me for some. I'll never be good with money. I'll start saving when I earn more. And here's where it becomes dangerous. A belief can become a behavior. The behavior becomes a habit. The habit produces a financial result. Then the result appears to confirm the original belief. Let's say someone believes, I can never have enough money. They receive £1,000. Instead of thinking, they spend it. I need to enjoy it before it's gone. They spend it. Now they're broke again. And they say, see, I can never have enough money. The belief creates the behavior. The behavior creates the result. The result reinforces the belief. That's the cycle. So where do these scripts come from? Childhood, family, culture, religion, friends, community, trauma, economic circumstances, even the way your parents argued about money. Imagine a child growing up in a home where the parents constantly fight about bills. That child might grow up believing money causes problems. Another child grows up watching their parents struggle financially. They might think being poor is dangerous. So when they become adults, they become obsessed with money. They work constantly. They never relax. They have savings, but they're still terrified. And there's another person. Someone grew up watching their parents spend money to show love. Birthday, buy something. Sad, right, it becomes a pattern. Buy something. Good grades, buy something. Bad day, go shopping. Exactly. It's a cycle. That child may grow into an adult who uses spending as emotional therapy. They don't necessarily need the item. They need the feeling. That's powerful. Sometimes you're not buying the shoes. You're buying relief. Sometimes you're not buying the expensive meal. You're buying validation. Sometimes you're not buying the car. Exactly. You're buying proof that you finally made it. And that's why budgeting alone doesn't always work. You can give somebody a spreadsheet, but if the emotional reason behind their spending remains untouched, the spreadsheet won't save them. Exactly. This person avoids looking at their bank account. They don't check statements. They don't know what they spend. Exactly. It's avoiding. They don't know their debts. They simply hope everything works out. Solution: stop trying to fix everything at once. Start with awareness. For 7 days, simply observe your money. No judgment, no shame. Write down what came in. Exactly. What went out? What did I spend it on? How did I feel when I spent it? That's it. This person works hard and says, life is too short. So every payday becomes celebration day. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying money. The problem is when enjoyment consumes your future. The solution isn't never spend. It's spend deliberately. Create money for today. Money for tomorrow. Money for emergencies. money for growth. This one is interesting. If you grew up hearing that wealthy people are selfish, greedy, or corrupt, part of you may subconsciously reject wealth. You might want financial freedom consciously, but unconsciously feel uncomfortable becoming wealthy. That's so true. That's why you need to separate money from morality. Money doesn't make somebody good. Money doesn't make somebody bad. It's a tool. Your character determines how you use it. This person doesn't necessarily have money. They have the appearance of money. Designer clothes, new phone, expensive car, restaurants, trips. But behind the scenes, debt. That's lifestyle inflation. And social media has made this much worse. You're comparing your real life with somebody else's highlight reel. The solution? Define success privately before displaying it publicly. Exactly, that's the foundation. This one sounds harmless, but it's incredibly powerful. Because once you identify yourself as someone who's bad with money, you stop trying. So what's the key? I haven't learned how to manage money yet. That small change matters. So money scripts define our financial identity. You're no longer describing your identity, you're describing a skill you can develop. Let's do an exercise. Take a piece of paper. At the top right, what did money mean in my childhood? Then answer these questions. What did my parents say about money? Did we talk about money openly? Was money associated with fear? Was money associated with success? Did my family save? Did my family borrow? Did people in my household argue about money? Yes, those are key questions. Did we hide financial problems? Was asking for money considered shameful? Did I feel rich, poor, or somewhere in between? Then ask the most important question. Which of these beliefs am I still carrying today? That's a powerful question because your childhood can explain your behavior, but it doesn't have to control your future. Now let's take this somewhere deeper because there are people listening who aren't simply struggling with money. I don't know what business to start. I don't know what I'm good at. I've wasted years. Everybody seems ahead of me. First thing, stop trying to figure out your entire life in one weekend. You don't need a 20-year plan. You need a direction. Exactly. If you're completely lost, start with 3 questions. Question 1, what problem can I solve? Question 2, what skill can I learn that people will pay for? Question 3, what can I consistently do for the next 90 days? That's your starting point, not your entire destiny, your starting point. Let's build something practical. If someone listening says, I'm starting from zero, here's what I tell them. Days 130, stabilize, know your numbers, track spending, cut unnecessary financial leaks, create a basic emergency buffer. Deal with urgent debt. Stop pretending everything is fine. And emotionally, stop beating yourself up. You cannot shame yourself into financial freedom. Days 31 to 60, build. Pick one valuable skill, communication, sales, driving, digital skills, administration, trade skills. Exactly. These are key. Content creation, technology, project management, whatever fits your abilities and circumstances. Absolutely. Then spend at least 1 hour every day improving it. Don't try to learn 15 things. Pick one. Become useful. Days 61 to 90, create opportunity. Now ask, how can I turn this skill into income? Maybe it's a job, freelance work, maybe a small business, maybe content, maybe helping another business, maybe professional training. Yeah, that's a great point. The goal isn't to become rich in 90 days. The goal is to become more capable than you were 90 days ago. Let's give people some principles they can actually remember. Rule number 1, don't spend money to prove you're successful. Right. Let your financial position improve before your lifestyle does. Rule number 2, pay your future self. Every time money comes in, don't give everybody else. Exactly. Prioritize yourself first, including your future self. What's left over? Put something aside first, even if it's small. Rule number 3, never let your income become your identity. If you earn £2,000 today, that doesn't mean you're worth £2,000. If you earn £5,000 tomorrow, you're not suddenly 5 times more valuable. Your income is a number. Your character is much bigger. Exactly. Rule number 4, don't copy someone's lifestyle without copying their financial structure. Exactly. You see the car, you don't see the repayments. You see the holiday, you don't see the credit card. You see the house, you don't see the mortgage. And rule number 5, make money boring. You don't need constant excitement. You need consistency. Earn, save, protect, invest appropriately, learn, repeat. Absolutely. So how do we actually change the script? First, identify it. Second, challenge it. Third, fourth, practice the new behavior. For example, old belief, I never have enough. Right. New belief, I can learn to manage what I have while increasing my capacity to earn. Old belief, I'm bad with money. New belief, money management is a skill I'm developing. Old belief, rich people are greedy. That's a powerful shift. I think there's something beautiful about this conversation because understanding your money script gives you something very important. Choice. You may not have chosen the environment you grew up in. You may not have chosen what your parents taught you. You may not have chosen the financial struggles your family experienced, but you can choose what happens next. Your past can explain you. It doesn't have to define you. Maybe your parents never saved. You can become the first saver. Exactly. Maybe nobody in your family invested. You can become the first learner. Maybe your family lived from payday to payday. You can build a different system. Maybe you've made terrible financial decisions. Fine, learn, adjust, continue. And if you're listening thinking, I'm already 30, I'm already 40, I'm already 50, I should have started earlier. Listen carefully. The best time to understand your money was yesterday, but the next best time is today. Before we leave you today, remember this. You don't need to become a completely different person overnight. You need to become slightly more intentional every day. Understand your story, understand your habits, understand your numbers, learn valuable skills, build income, protect what you earn, and most importantly, stop allowing your childhood to write the financial story of your future, because your money story isn't finished. Maybe the first chapter was written by your parents. Maybe the second chapter was written by your circumstances. Maybe the third chapter was written by mistakes. But the next chapter, you get to write that one. This is Honorable Podcast. If this conversation made you think about your own relationship with money, don't just listen and move on. Sit down tonight and ask yourself, what did I learn about money as a child, and is that belief still serving me today? That's a great question, because sometimes the biggest financial breakthrough isn't earning more money. It's changing the person you became around money. Until next time, think better, build better, and live intentionally. We'll see you on the next episode.